So the comeback burst that we usually get in February finally happened, and where March can sometimes be forgettable, this time around I had so much fun. A lot of groups really brought their A-game to this round of comebacks, and there were blockbuster moments, but there were also great sleeper hits. So let's review some, not all, and if you had any favorites, please be sure to tell me which ones. Seoul, Ghost 9. If you've kept up with this series, you might remember that Think of Dawn was one of my favorite debuts last year, and I was so excited when I heard Ghost 9 was coming back. Riding the high of On and Off's Beautiful Beautiful, 2021 continues to deliver awesome hyper-digital landscapes. Seoul is more metallic than Think of Dawn and definitely plays up the EDM city sound, but the apocalyptic ambiance and the open sky vocals from their debut are still here in the chorus. The song feels like a massive celebration, and I love that Ghost 9 puts their best foot forward when it comes to choruses. It's really easy when you have a dance-heavy or EDM-style song to forget the chorus or treat it as a placeholder for more dance or EDM. But Ghost 9 loves choruses first and foremost. I might try to choose a bias this year, but no promises, we'll see. Why? Icon. There's nothing like a song that finds catchiness in every section. The lyricism is the shining jewel of why. When you listen to the chorus, it's a simple stack of couplets, but I adore how each line links together through both the rhyme scheme and the marriage of opposites. Pop music gets to do simple so well, and K-pop can occasionally lose its charm in the race to sound the most different, the most hard-hitting, the most bop-ish. I like that Icon have devoted so much time and nuance to simplicity. The rap sections were well placed because there was time to sink into the flow and add lyricism and depth the way poetry is supposed to. The progression of the song is actually kind of painful because the speaker concludes that since he can't determine why you don't love him anymore, it must be his fault. It's really heartbreaking to listen to the speaker gradually box himself into self-hatred and blame through such a sweet melody. From the start and even now, I've never not loved you. Get Away. Very. The two things of note are the tiptoe melody in the opening verses and the power singing in the chorus. When they all hit that vocal stride, it sounds like someone slamming the keys of their pipe organ in a dark mansion on a stormy night. Get Away is EXO reminiscent from the involved instrumental to the delicate future bass verses to the power vocal chorus. The song follows the same emotional beat map as Love Shot, but with less focus on sex appeal and more emphasis on brute force and anger. The song gets more and more aggressive, but has these very appealing moments where the beat suddenly cools down. The music video is pretty entertaining as well. I love excessive shots of food. Love Percentage. Damian. If you like Idy, I think this is up your alley. As someone who really likes her music, Damian has a delivery style I can really appreciate. I like the low-tone pulse and the cautiously intimate space he creates with the melody. There are elements of a lo-fi aesthetic in the verses and bridge, places where the music creates an element only to bleed it out or leave it unfinished, and that really works for this kind of song. These half-finished, interruptive textures make it feel really handmade, and they give this air of unreliable narration to the sound. I just dig it. Not Over. MCND. The choreography for this is so involved, and the color grading is just so cool looking. I really like MCND's recent couple of releases. The hyper-highlighted, super saturated video perfectly matches that bombastic hook to a song that is otherwise relatively simplistic. I'm right at the edge of getting into MCND committedly. It's just good listening music. MCND makes tracks that are perfect for warm-ups and cooldown laps. I like your funky beats, Magic Men. Scaredy Cat. DPR Ian. So this is not in Korean, technically, but frankly, I like Christian, and I was really thoroughly entertained by this release. You gotta love character musicians. Scaredy Cat has several musical personalities all battling for attention, from jazz bar, easy listening music to groove guitar and piano hops to haunted dream pop and elevator tones. Christian is a natural entertainer and a crazy good dancer. The verses take some inspiration from British disturb pop and chillwave, and the chorus has this obscured vocal melody lacing each line together. That secondary layer of singing allows the song to do fun things, like play narrators or scenes, or even other characters to the main layer's protagonist. The delivery is dreamy and handsome and missing a few screws, which I imagine is just what he intended. The cinema is playful and disturbing, and just a raucously good time for narrative, dance, and presenting a seriously talented artist having the time of his life for all that he's scared to death. I love this song and this whole release.
Why don't you go play?
Blood Night. Grayish. I love a good occult concept. This song is vocal heavy and features a lot of group singing, which I prefer in groups with fewer members. It really makes them feel like a unit. The vocals are a bit whiny and waily, but it fits for what they're going for, and it makes it sound very J-pop influenced. I feel like the idols know what to do, but the production is a few sandwiches short of a picnic. I think the chorus has several strong moments, pre-chorus rhythm, both halves of the chorus, and the post-chorus hook. The only thing I'd say for the members themselves is that they might need to stop mouthing each other's lines when someone else is singing. It's really funny, but it's also just a tiny bit distracting. You. Checkmate. So apparently there was a spot of controversy surrounding this release, and yeah, I can hear what people are saying when they say it's just a bit too similar to Card's Gunshot, and that the music video is super tuned to Card's lighting and composition. I think the producers shot themselves in the foot by going for a sound and style so close to the most prominent co-ed group. You can't really blame people for drawing that comparison. As a song, it's fine. It's got some interesting moments like the synth murmur, and I like it more than drum, but I feel people are just going to be confused that a whole member just up and vanished from the lineup. People leave groups all the time, that's normal, but the company just seems to be handling things a bit haphazardly. Moonrider. BDC. Oh my god, Avid hates this aspect ratio. No! Truthfully, I wasn't crazy into the song during the wind-up, but I'm really crazy about multi-part choruses. This chorus is vocally present, it has hooks in each line, and that really helps make up for the spotty development during the verses. The sing-song rap in the second chorus is well-placed and spices up the verses without destroying the flow. The choreography really impressed me. I love the layers and the transitions, and the camera work shows off how many moving parts there are. It's not a super distracting choreography, but it has a smooth, synchronous look while giving each member great solo moments.
Spit it out. Spit it out.
Spit It Out. Majors. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I love delicious low-budget K-pop. The kind of K-pop that knows what kind of groups and styles they'd like to emulate if they just had a few thousand more dollars, but they don't. So they're just kind of tossing out there and seeing what sticks. It's fun. Though the last time I said this, I was talking in part about ANS, and to be honest, I didn't even know the company had tried to debut a new group until I was watching and I suddenly saw Ian. I don't understand why she stayed with the company. It doesn't make sense to me. I understand why they don't want to let her go. She is genuine ace material, but she deserves a better place to show off her skills. This song is decent, although the elongated spit it out kind of drives me crazy. I think it could have done with just another draft to focus on the layering and the transitions, so moments like this sound smoother. The main melody is also remarkably similar to It's Always a Good Time by Owl City.
Spit it out.
I think the song would have been super memorable if they kept that choir effect in each chorus. It's easily the most striking part of the song. A song like this is begging for a very involved choreography, so I hope the company invests in that next time. I think the black dresses with the red corset details look really, really pretty. Suzy reminds me a lot of Baekhyun from Dreamcatcher, and this black, simple ponytail with the loose hairs is a great look for Bean's profile.
We gotta kick back. We gotta kick back. You know we did that. We gotta kick back.
Kickback. WayV. Kickback sounds to me much like any NCT release. Start off with a hip-hop snap beat, gradual introduction of power vocals, and centerpiece chant with singing layer underneath. If you cut up a bunch of NCT songs and stitch them together with Kickback, I don't think I would be able to pull them apart and reassemble them whole. This video has some pretty colors, and the choreo has some really nice jointed movements, but the fashion was a huge no. My good god, SM, please don't do this ever again. Warning. Sejong. Sejong is my girl, and the piano loves her. I love the sauce and sugar in her voice, and the way she can simultaneously sound sweet and frazzled. Warning isn't the showstopper that Plant was, but it's a nice mix of energizing and comedic. Analog. Buzz. I'm into soulful grunge rock, and this reminds me of a lot of music from my late childhood. The vocals and guitar are moody and very passionate. There's a lot of hope and helplessness in this song. I think the video is also super pretty, if kind of melodramatic, about the great soul-sucking evils of technology. For those of you who like an emotional rock track with real instruments, or for those of you who like that anime soundtrack vibe, go check it out and tell me what you think.
When I rebel, no fall back. 이게 우리만의 방식. 조미염을 drop out. I'm a savage. 정해진 틀을 깨버리는 게 habits. We the baddest.
Bad habits. Gravity. Gravity is back, baby, and instead of dancing at the car dealership, they've moved to the parking garage. All jokes aside, I think this song knew what it wanted to be, and it really succeeds for the most part. Bad Habits pushes that edgy, cool angle, but it ditches the Tokyo Drift screeching from My Turn. This time, Bad Habits features a speak-sing-chant chorus with a warp instrumental. I think Bad Habits is a better song overall due to its intriguing vocal moments and the tin beat. While I think Gravity is a group practically dripping in potential, I find their releases to be kind of funny. Bad Habits promises me that they are indeed the baddest, but I don't think Gravity has done anything really balls-to-the-wall bad boy in this song or any other. A change of costume and scenery certainly helps, but more moments like that red light whisper and the rap playing with the vocals would have brought more danger to the track. And like those NCT Dream releases from last year, once again, there's a chorus that makes me feel like my friend's middle school brother is telling me he's such a badass. It's edgy, it looks cool, but it also makes me laugh, so maybe I'm just a bad person. I'm the One, Ateez. This isn't really my favorite Ateez release. I'm just not a big fan of the vocal filter or the beat drop in this one, and I think if you're going to listen to it on repeat, liking those is a necessity. I do like the little hints of melody in the second half of the chorus, and I love, love, love San's fruit punch pink hair and the crop top. I think for the group of K-pop fans who really love a pumped-up, chant-heavy chorus with a very present drop, this might be for you even if it isn't for me. Young Blood, Drippin'. The opening is my favorite part. It's so visually appealing. There's only one subject in each shot, but look at how the composition plays with clutter. He's barricaded and boxed up, and you can feel the claustrophobia and how mundane his life is. Once the lights go out, that's when the real negative space opens up. It's just clever cinema. The song's just not a personal favorite of mine. I love the beat and the juicy synth and the rebel in the first verses. But the chorus loses some of the appeal. It lacks a defined hook to pay off the rest of the song. Even a beat drop might have been more appropriate because the chorus middles instead of committing to its sound. I can see where some people might find it appealing for the choreography or for the repetition and the switch up, but for me, it lacks real teeth. Killer. Mure. Okay, so this debut was one that I had been anticipating for a bit. And when I tell you that everything was polished and exciting, I say that with so much happiness. From the eccentric production in the opening couple of seconds to the propulsive verses, everything fit together so well. The dynamic chorus features group singing, guttural chants, and a futuristic breakdown. I love the inclusion of past music styles with contemporary. The verses are powered by a synthetic thrum, but the dance features have a feedback inclusion, and the chorus rides dubstep. Killa is uber digital and warped and purposefully delivers a manufactured sound. It stops at nothing to remind you how generated it is. The appeal of the song comes from the lack of any organic composition whatsoever, and the gradual corruption of the vocals by the computer gives it a really cool narrative twist.
Feeling like my light on my 위로 스며든 담비 필요 없지 because you're my favorite 어떤 말로도 표현이 안 돼 너와 함께 있을 때면
Bambi, Baekhyun. What a man. Bambi demonstrates a harmonization of eccentricity and neatness. You can get a taste of how interesting this song is in the first few seconds. Baekhyun's voice, which is by far the centerpiece of the song, really continues to run pace with the strings, a seesaw of highs and lows set to warble. Underneath the jazzy noir packaging is a fairy tale of production, from the nonsensical lyrics to the unpredictable instruments. Whether it's through composition, lyrics, or performance, Baekhyun's solo career is a testament to excellency in all categories. Exit, Tisagu. Exit is the catchy, playable kind of song Tisagu needed to get under their belt. The old-school hip-hop landscape does a lot to balance the song. After the weird EDM spaghetti that was Asura Babalta, Exit understands the sweaty teenage angst that Tisagu is aiming for. Exit pulls back on the weird instrumentation and develops a rich, concrete beat. There's a constant string twinge and a smattering of bells and whistles, but nothing super distracting. Where Asura Babalta's drop was everything but the kitchen sink, Exit features a catchy, jointed melody, and the vocal delivery swings around a central rhyme and rhythm. That try-hard element is much campier and more self-aware this time around, which makes the release really charming. The vocals get a chance to drive the melody around each bend of the song, and I love the choir inclusions over the beat. If there was a music style called Polite Bad Boy, I would put this in it. Run, Soren. Vocally, Soren showed up for work, and her voice is really sweet and appealing. I think she definitely had fun making it. I think she should be proud of herself. Even when it's cropped together, the fact that they have to keep reusing the same camera movements and angles and blocking over and over shows that she was given less than nothing to try and make this video. And yes, there's a lot to say about making a homemade style video, but when she talks about her inspiration videos, she wasn't even given the resources to have the option to recreate what she wanted. She should have at least had the tools and crew to choose what visuals and atmosphere she could have. Soren clearly loves music. She loves it deeply, and she's dedicated her professional life to it. But Cube cannot be bothered to do the bare minimum for her, and it makes me upset. I really hope she hits the 5 million she wants. It's the least she deserves. No. Vocaloids I can excuse, but this? Who on God's green earth thought, yeah, let's put money into this? No, do not know me, do not see me, do not feel my skin or feel my heart. If any of you touch me, I'm calling the SWAT team. When they started rapping and threatening to shock us in the lyrics, I had to turn the video off. As soon as this video is exported, I'm deleting the file from my hard drive and immediately emptying the trash. Dark B. All in. I love a good hat. Post-chorus has some interesting flavors, but overall it's just not my style. I actually wish the song had leaned harder into the hip-hop elements. I'm just not as much a fan of the K-pop alley that tries to harmonize ballads with dance pop. Lilac. IU. Lilac is the marriage bed of a 90s Japanese love wail and a musical opening number. Between the airy synth and the syrupy melody, IU laces these moments of old-school vocals and soundtrack instruments. As a fan, it's extremely rewarding to watch IU's exploration of genre and age. She doesn't seem committed to genre hopping or staying in one place, and takes each new release as just one more moment in time. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Maybe it's a strange thing to say, but perhaps my favorite thing about IU's music is the way she embraces age and validates getting older as both an artist and a woman. Love at 23 is different from 25 is different from 27, and instead of abandoning an emotion because she's already talked about it, she recontextualizes how she feels about herself and the world around her every time she grows. It's really cool.
How can I breathe? now 숨 쉬는 bubble isn't that holding my breath 숨이 막혀 난 모두 out of my control unnatural 너 really unnatural 왜 네 앞에 나서면 좀 비교도
Unnatural. Cosmic Girls. Unnatural reminds me of their older style, wrapped in like a lot of polish and maturity. My favorite parts are the slower, lower sections of the song. The pre-chorus is so catchy and good. It has a really unique rhythm and drops into those low, quiet moments that does a lot for the texture. It's so infectious that they brought it back right at the end as a post-chorus, which shows the producers knew it was the best part of the song. Exy's verse has a delightful transition of singing into rapping that I love, love, love. The dance bridge is both really well choreographed and fun to listen to, and the styling is elegant with pops of colors that pull the music video together. The chorus is the only part where I'm iffy. I've never been fond of choruses that spit all their syllables out at hyperspeed to create some sort of excitement or power, and I really wanted the song to step out of the pre-established arrangement and get really creative with the melody or the instrumental, something that would capitalize on that awesome pre-chorus. This chorus kind of stays within the same 2 or 3 notes the whole time, and there isn't a ton of texture. Don't get me wrong, it's not unlistenable, but the rest of the song is so much stronger. That bit right at the end of the chorus is quite catchy. I wish the whole chorus took time for those lower inclusions. The song shines best when it dips into these galactic, bronzy beats and synths, the kind of sounds that drew me to Cosmic Girls in the first place. Feel Like. Woods. Electric high chord and guitar groove. Instead of vocal power and EDM, Feel Like by Woods is animal magnetism and subtlety. So far, his music is just my style. I can't get enough of that highway wail and the wood snap beat. Where disco is dead, electric guitar is alive, and Woods is teasing music out of every string. Woods is like Blade Runner bottled into the Korean music scene. For anyone wanting to take a break from the overbearing heat of eccentric K-pop EDM, Woods' music is a drop into deliciously cool water pulsing with a live wire.
Ponzona. Baby, purple kiss on the detail. 너라 빛에 물든 세상이 중독시킨 내가 fall in love. You better know, 벗어날 수 없어.
Ponzona, Purple Kiss. I was so curious about how they would combine the styles from their pre-debut releases, and this song has so much attitude. Very confident and a bit sexy, and the line "Purple Kiss on Bloody Top." I heard this was written by the members as a trainee song, but they wanted to go ahead with it as a debut song. What a great choice! It's such a solid debut song with some excellent choreography. Ponzona feels like the dark sister to La Vie en Rose, where Eyes One was bright and soft and perfumed. Purple Kiss is dark and saturated and full of lipstick and mascara. I was impressed with the way the song created so many moments for each member, rap breaks with different flows, a full dance break, cohesive side scenes. Not to mention the music video is uber colorful and atmospheric, and Gohan and Swan seem like it girls. There was so much work put into this debut, and I think it paid off 100%. It's one of my favorites of the year so far.
우리 스케이트 바다 위로 마치 춤을 추듯 발을 굴러 바람 그 사이를 가로질러 여기저기 멀리 아주 멀리 저 끝까지 I'm so good with you 나나와 catch up 두 눈을 맞추고 끝말이 내리고 Ready set go flip 자유로운 기분인가.
After School, Weekly. This is one of my favorite comebacks this March. After School features so many songwriting choices that I love: the building block beat and the plasticky 2000s verse pattern, the tiptoe pre-chorus, the warm neighborhood accents all over the production and performance. The chorus and bridge show off what After School does best. Instead of going for a punch-out combination of beat and instruments, After School continues to layer propulsive melody-driven vocals over airbrushed instrumentals and addictive snap beats. Layering such a vibrant melody over a very skin-tight composition plays against expectations for an intense chorus. Tag Me was the in-your-face introduction of a popular new kid, but After School is the yearning of the girl next door. Where Tag Me was very about the present, After School feels more nostalgic, like a memory. The chorus sounds a bit bittersweet and melancholy, but the song turns and becomes really vivacious during its post-chorus and third act. I am digging Weekly's sound so far. This girl group is exactly what I wanted from the 4th gen to sweeten the pot. They provide some classic color pop. After School is catchy and well-paced and full of these little comedic moments where the beat hops back and forth beneath a member's voice. It's addictive and whimsical and absolutely adorable. As for my own fan status, I think it's going to be between Monday and Soren. I haven't decided yet, still making up my mind, we'll see.
좋다고 하든가 아니면 말든가 지금 정해도 얼마 okay 나랑 살든가 아니면 말든가 네 맘대로 해도 얼마 okay hey no you say 좋다고 하든가 나랑 살든가 지금 정해도 얼마 okay
Do or Not, Pentagon. Do or Not is probably the best Pentagon song in a good while. This strong pop rock sound provides perfect high school fantasy and all your best high school memories tapped into one boy band whistle. The low thrum pulse gives more listenability than just the chorus, and the constant repetition of syllables in each verse gives a really jaunty, happy sound. Each verse has its own personality underlined by a casual guitar. The pre-chorus switches up the appeals, going from snappy and nonchalant to emotional and heartstrung. The chorus itself is an absolute smash, chock full of teenage boldness that makes you want to sing from your chest. There's a great escalation from verses to pre-chorus to chorus, once again old school during March, charm that goes from witty to moody to careless and free, all while showing off the group's incredible vocals. I love when a song has a good sense of humor. Do or Not is both self-aware and teasingly self-deprecating, and it perfectly captures those kinds of high school crushes where we say, I don't care about you, but I can't stop thinking about you. Pentagon have always made for great love-happy protagonists, and this colorful, hard-on-your-sleeve style is what they do best in my opinion. The music video is one of my favorites in K-pop in a long, long time, and I'll tell you why. Ateez game show television and high school prom and room-to-room snapshots of couple moments cut together with these clever dance jokes. I love when the music video finds ways to make the choreography part of the video universe in funnier, creative ways instead of just cutting to soundstage choreography shots. The costume changes, the overdramatic side scenes, and the ridiculous antics the members get up to are some of the best fun I've had all year. Color and atmosphere for sure, but the variation in still and moving compositions draws me in the most. The editing is an absolute win, and probably the best part of the whole comeback. Just watch the way that each scene is linked together in accordance with sound, color, or whatever joke is being played. The second chorus has such great editing choices that punch up the drum beat really delightfully. Overall, I love this comeback. It's one of my top comebacks of the month, and it's definitely going on the volleyball playlist.